Meet me. Welcome back, boys. It's been a while. I've been busy, but I'm catching up on all the E7 news, and of course, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I'm sure everyone's hyped about it, but we're gonna cover it today. Now, the one annoying thing about this, I'm more of a reader than a watcher, and they've put a lot of this, they've gated the news behind these annoying videos. Unless I missed something, but I was trying to find just like a text explanation of everything, but I couldn't find it, so I did watch all the videos, and we're gonna watch. I'm gonna skip ahead to the important parts in each one, so we could kind of get through the content together. But this is kind of like a calendar of events. We're getting a bunch of stuff: buff events, covenant summons, but some of this other stuff might be weird to you, like the 5-star Moonlight Hero recruitment event. And to really understand those, we're going to dive into the videos. But basically, TLDR is you guys should be happy. You're getting a bunch of free stuff, a lot of good changes, new sets, all this cool jazz. And future of Epic 7's looking good. So let's get started. All right, so let's go into the first video, which actually I care about a lot, even though a lot of you guys might, and it's because I really hated doing Labyrinth, and nowadays I just stopped doing them. So these changes are really welcome, at least for me, and again, if I missed anything, guys, feel free to comment in the video below. But basically what I got from this video is normal asthma callus, it's a hard word to say, is going away. We're not really going away, but you only have to do it once because it's going to be a normal labyrinth, and then you never have to do the damn thing again, which is fantastic because doing this every week was incredibly toxic, especially with those stupid egg things that hatch after you kill it or whatever. So luckily you never have to do that again. Well, you have to do it once, and then you never have to do it again. And then they got rid of Hell Asmocalis. Not really, they just changed it to Nightmare Asmocalis. And basically, you still use your bug charms, and you could do this, and it takes 2 to enter it. So basically, you still kind of have to do the new equivalent of Hell mode, but you never have to do normal mode again, which is fine, because normal mode is annoying because you kind of had to do it to get the free bug charm to get into Hell mode, or skip a few weeks or whatever. But now you really only have to do the Hell mode, and they basically refresh the rewards and stuff, and they kind of show a snippet of the gear that you could get somewhere here. Some of it looked pretty sick, actually. I could have sworn that they showed it, but like it's one of these, and it looks like a lot of them have really good stats, actually. So yeah, the first time clear for those will be pretty solid, and they're actually adjusting the difficulty and rewards for all the other labyrinths as well, although I'm assuming that won't be too important. But basically, you have a shot at a whole bunch of new level 88 unique equipment, so that's pretty exciting. Although the main thing for me is just not having to do normal mode anymore. So alright, let's move on to the next thing. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the Unforgettable Memories reward. So this one isn't too important, just your typical kind of like special event stuff, but there's some snazzy new gifts to get, like a 5-star hero ticket, 5-star artifact ticket, this kind of ugly frame, but whatever. And it's kind of coincide with this 6-star promotion celebration event. So you have a bunch of stuff. They could get bookmarks, Molagora. I actually think they have something else as well. But yeah, it's second and then third. So basically, you're just going to have a much easier time promoting heroes. And you have the 7th-day growth guide thing as well. You know, kind of like the little mini quests that give you a lot of stuff. So basically all you need to get out of this is you're going to get a bunch of free stuff. So let's move on to the next video. All right, so for all you serious PvPers out there, this is probably something that's going to be super important to you guys, and that's the release of these 2 new equipment sets, which is very welcome to kind of spice it up in RTA. So we have 2 new sets. We have the Protection set, and I think it's called the Torrent set. So we'll kind of skip ahead to the summary, but the Protection set is basically to make your team tankier, and the Torrent set is like a new DPS set. So I think they kind of summarize it here. Yeah, they do. So the Protection set, basically all it does, and it's kind of, I don't know if expensive is the right word. I think it's actually a little bit too expensive in the set that it's, in the sense that it's a 4-piece set. And all it does is grant a barrier equivalent to 12% of the caster's max health to all allies for 2 turns. Now I'm a little bit torn about this because this is actually pretty good, but it's kind of a dead set after the opener, right? Because as far as I understand, it's not like FCC where you can apply it every turn. You basically start with this, and then that's it. Once that barrier is gone, and if it's against like a team with like a strip that could just remove it in the opener, like Ran or something like that, then it's largely useless. I think if it was a 2-set piece, it would be extremely strong though, so maybe it makes sense. But 4-piece, I mean, think of what you're giving up. You're giving up like counter set or speed set or even injury set, like all these sets that provide a lot of long-term value over just an opener. But with that put aside, I think this actually makes it quite powerful. Like if they're trying to get rid of the speed meta, I mean, cleaving was kind of dangerous to begin with, but this really hurts cleavers, I think, because now when people draft a knight, you have no idea if they're on this set, and 12% is a lot. Like imagine you have like a 40k HP Eaton or something, like with this set. Basically, you're going to give your entire team like a 3 to 4,500 HP barrier, which is absolutely enormous and will make a lot of cleave teams kind of utterly incapable of killing anything. So I think in terms of having these like niche, just super high HP knight units built, you just slap this set on them, and yeah, I mean, it'll kind of be telegraphed though, because someone drafts kind of a doo-doo knight or a typically doo-doo knight, you could kind of expect them to be on this protection set and just to be there as a meat shield. But basically it's a set that kind of lets any hero do what FCC did against Cleave. So actually, yeah, I guess it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Where was the Torrent? There we go, Torrent. 2-piece set, decrease health by 10%, and when attacking, increases damage dealt by 10%. So honestly, this is fine. The penalty is meaningless for the heroes that will probably use this, because a lot of like initiating cleave units could probably use this. The thing though is, I don't know how important this set is. So they kind of explain that the crit set only applies if the hero needs crit chance. But how many... Are there a lot of cleave units that... Yeah, I guess so. Like AoE cleave units and stuff. And pen set only applies to a single attack. So I guess like... Well, like Summertime Isseria kind of is a cleave unit that doesn't need crit chance. I mean, like Hua Young isn't really a cleave. I guess you could use her as cleave unit. But yeah, I guess all like attack scaling heroes would kind of benefit from this. Like, well, attack scaling without crit chance heroes. So I guess it's overall pretty good. In terms of a lot of other heroes, though, this might actually not have that much value. Because in a way, like for a normal hero that uses crit, crit set and a damage boost is effectively the same thing, right? Assuming that you don't overcap, because the crit set, it gives you crit chance, and that crit chance that you don't need to have on your gear is subs that you could apply to attack, right? So what's crit set? 12% crit or something? So 12% crit roughly equates to, around 20% attack. So I don't know, you'd need to use like MAP's damage calc or something. What actually is worth more, 10% damage or 20% attack? Probably the 10% damage, but I don't know by how much. And for certain heroes with different multis, it might actually not be more at all. But overall, I think this is a welcome addition in the sense that it opens up some more viable sets that for heroes that didn't need crit chance or pen set, like Summertime Isseria. So I guess overall, this is good. And it definitely doesn't hurt because, like I said, for the heroes that are going to use this, I think the penalty is pretty meaningless because they're probably going to be squishier units anyway. So, yeah, I don't think you'll really stick this on bruisers or anything like that because they won't need this. But for, yeah, opening cleave units that really don't care about crit, or you already happen to have crit, like especially people who are going crit chance next, because if you have the right gear, it's actually more stat efficient to go that way. This is actually a pretty good option. So overall, I don't think... I think both of these sets look pretty decent. Like, Are they going to be like super meta and supplant speed sets and stuff like that? No, but I think there will be situations that call for it, and I think that's all we could expect from new sets. So pretty solid. All right, now this last thing is the thing that you guys are probably going to care about most. So we are getting basically a 5-star ML selector, something that people have been talking about for a long, long time. And from what I understand, you can pick pretty much any of them, right? So let's talk about how this works. So it's kind of like the passes. Basically, if you play the game, you're gonna get these coins. So it looks like the biggest one is finishing your weekly reputation. But if it's anything like the other events, basically you could just, if you're a hardcore player, you're just gonna farm Wyvern and max it out easily anyway. And every time you get points, you can use it on this like dartboard thing and basically quote unquote headhunt these heroes. And if you get any duplicates, you get to re-roll it. And you kind of just get all their faces on this dartboard. And as you progress, you're going to unlock these shop levels. And the shop level has rewards like Potion of Ascension, Molas, etc. And at the end, when you hit level 5, you get to pick any of the heroes that you had show up on your headhunt board, which I assume will be. Now, there's a lot of slots here, so I'm guessing you could pretty much pick anything you want. I don't know if there's going to be some horrible RNG here where you specifically can't get a specific unit, but I'm guessing you could get whatever you want. So if you have that dream ML5 of yours that you could just never get, and your F2P you can't get those packs, mystic packs or whatever, or the banner just never seems to come up, this is a dream come true for you guys, and it's really cool that Smilegate's doing this. They're really showing why, everyone has complaints about every game, right? And people have accused Smilegate of, being stingy or whatever in the past, but I really do think it's one of the most generous gotchas out there. Really, I've never had a problem with the way they run the game, other than some balance issues throughout the past, which they largely ignored, but it looks like they're even working on that as well, especially with the recent Hwayoung nerf. Yes, I know that's still controversial, but at least it shows they're trying to do something about balance as well. And I think all of this is just a great sign for the future of the game. And I saw this article, was it Reddit or something that someone sent me recently, where it actually shows that RTA is growing, which makes it sound like the Epic 7 player base is growing. And I think a lot of that just comes down to really great decisions and really focusing on the players. So I think this is the last video we're going to watch. So what did we cover today? We covered kind of the new sets, the labyrinth changes, some of the new check-in events, and last but certainly not least, this free ML5 that's going to be going out to everyone. And I think all of this points to some, really great changes in Epic 7. Hopefully they do more things like this. I'd like to see what they did with Labyrinth go into other content, because I still feel like there's a lot of just homework content in Epic 7 that I would love to see go away, like expeditions and world boss. And yes, I know the rewards are good, just combine them so we don't have to click so many stupid things that don't matter and do them over and over. It gets very repetitive. But overall, I think this is a good step to just a better game overall. And yeah, good job, Smilegate. So anyways, if I missed anything, if I forgot anything, leave it in the comment section below. But I'm hyped about all this new stuff, and I'm sure you guys are even more hyped than me, because you guys probably don't have as much stuff as me. But anyways, overall, all good stuff. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy these upcoming events. Until next time, peace out, boys.